Hi everybody, my name is Sarah and today I'm going to do a tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Okay, and I'm going to be using a deck that I've never used before. It's called the Moon Magic deck. So I'm going to have to read a couple of interpretations. And then I'm going to back it up with some clarification from the actual Arthur Waite deck. Okay? So Leo, what do we got for you? What's going on? Leo. Yeah, Leo season's over. We just started our Mercury retrograde today, I believe. And I think it's in Virgo. I forgot. But yeah, be prepared for Mercury retrograde. Okay. The three cards I am pulling are as follows: Waning Crescent, Night Owl, Black Cat. Okay, well, you can only kind of get it. You can imagine what exactly this would mean. But I'm going to, like I said, read because I like to read, and we'll see what's going on here. Okay. So for the first one, and this would be what I would call, like, I guess, the recent past or something you've recently, uh, experienced. So, a waning crescent. The keywords here are liminal, psychic, and transition. The waning crescent card is a magical card indeed, indicating a time for psychic visions, prophetic dreams, and spooky experiences. It is a liminal time as the moon makes the journey from the end of the current cycle towards the next. Therefore, it suggests a time of transition. It is a period of leaving the past behind, but taking the lessons learned with you as you move forward into a new phase in your life with greater wisdom than you had before. And this is a time of healing and magic, of dream work and self-reflection. When you pull this card, it can mean that you are still feeling the pain of old wounds and scars, that you are not yet fully healed, so be gentle with yourself. A paper cut takes seconds to inflict, but days to heal. Give yourself the time needed to get over any old injury, be this physical or emotional, and take positive steps, such as counseling, towards better mental health and emotional intelligence. This card is also one of the strong enchantment, and if you have pulled it as your personal card, it would suggest that you have an affinity for magic and spellcasting. And the waning crescent has a very protective energy, so know that you are guarded on your magical path. All right, that kind of makes sense. So, Leo, maybe you may obviously be going through something, healing from something, possibly a relationship that was abusive, something like that, like where a person wasn't necessarily physically abusive, but they may have said some verbally abusive things to you that you just really can't get out of your mind, you know? Okay, next we have 30, which is the Night Owl. Okay then, Night Owl, what do you have for us? And the keywords here are wisdom, study, and intelligence. The Night Owl is a bird of knowledge, wisdom, and experiential learning. He indicates that deep lessons are more powerful when they come through the darkest nights of the soul. He comes to offer you some company through the shadowy hours of life. He is here to remind you that your emotional intelligence is your greatest ally in times of stress, hardship, grief, and loss. So take the time you need to work on your self-awareness and resilience. Dark nights of the soul have a purpose, and that is to lead us back into the dawning of a new light with a new understanding. When life gets hard, seek out the lessons that you are being offered. What can you learn from this experience? Where is the silver lining? The Night Owl is here to reassure you that you have the wisdom you need to work your way through any trauma. He represents a period of intense study, be this an academic course or a form of self-study. His silent flight path will guide you to the answers you seek. So do not be afraid to follow where your inner wisdom leads. You do not go through this alone, for the Night Owl has your back. Heed his wisdom. All right, so once again, we're talking about like trauma, and so what I'm getting here so far is that the way that you can heal, it's almost like Chiron in astrology, the wounded healer. So you heal people through healing yourself, if that makes sense. So if you have a specific wound of, like, let's say you have low self-esteem, and then you turn around and you become this inspirational speaker at a middle school for kids with low self-esteem or something like that, you know what I mean? So you take your outward hurt and you turn it, your inner hurt, and you turn it outward and try to help others. So we have 35, the black cat, and this is what I would say the current energy. So the keywords here are independent, self-love, and solitary. The black cat is synonymous with magic, enchantment, and spell casting. He prowls the night without fear, confident in his ability to defend himself, to feed himself, to attract a mate, or to see off a competitor. He goes his own way in his own time, regardless of what others think of him. He is the epitome of independence. When the black cat appears in a spread, he is suggesting that you need to work more on your own independence. He wants you to develop a strong sense of, I always say this word wrong, autonomy, so that you have confidence in your own ability to thrive and survive. Yes, it is nice to have family and friends around, but this card is here to tell you not to rely on them too much or to lean too heavily on others, for you have everything you need within yourself. Nurture your independence by doing fun things alone. Go to the cinema or theater by yourself. Book a table for one. Go on a singles holiday. The black cat wants you to know that when you rely on yourself, you will always be safe and protected, for you will always have your own back. You are the only one who will always be there for you in every situation. So, learn to be your own backup. Interesting. So, what I'm gathering here from just these three energies and what I just read here is that this is a time that you may be breaking free of, or like a relationship was possibly like codependent, or you lean too heavily on it to almost the relationship took on its own identity and you lost yourself. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. So now is the time to focus on your self-healing, getting past any type of trauma, and then, in the meantime, like I said, learning, wisdom, this is my rocking chair, by the way. I love it. It's like 100 years old or something. So then when we get to the black cat type energy, it's pretty much saying, look, chill out for a while. Relationships may not be of the biggest importance at this moment. You know what I mean? It's all about kind of self-discovery for Leos and a lot of the fire signs. Sagittarius as well. Okay, so that was a pretty good insight into, what you may be feeling or going through at this time, Leo. Whoops. So I'm going to now employ the Arthur Waite deck. Let me clear this out of the way here. And just to see, an imagery. I can't talk today, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, these cards are so big, they're kind of hard to shuffle correctly. In the meantime, Leo is currently in Venus still, and it's in retrograde, and I think it's like 15 degrees now or something, and it's going backwards. So Venus retrograde obviously is going to have a major impact on you right now, and it is telling you to go, in astrological terms, to go go a little deeper, to think, like these cards suggested, about your own identity, not being lost in the identity of like a codependent, like I said, relationship. Okay. Number 1, 3 of Wands. Number 2, 5 of Swords. you have the third one, which is the King of Swords. So what I see here is a lot of masculine energy right off the rip. We have fire and air, and that's what masculine signs are in the zodiac, which is doesn't necessarily mean it's male. It just means you have a lot of fire or air in your chart. So here I see that you know, weight. So the 2 of Wands, and 2s always represent choices. So this guy obviously has the world in his hands. Looks like it. He has all the potential that he needs to continue on whatever he wishes to embark on, the journey. This is about a journey, and picking, in my mind, picking yourself and your own world and your own possibilities over something or someone else. You know what I mean? And that kind of ties in with this whole don't lose yourself type mentality thing. Okay, so then we have the 5 of Swords and the King of Swords. So here we're dealing with an authority figure. Usually, King of Swords represents like a gentleman who has to do with legal courts. You know, like I said, authority figure, someone who is very logical. This individual, you know, is not going to mince words because air signs have to do with the swords. So, King of Swords is someone, like I said, who takes charge. And in this realm, I see it as you taking charge of your own mind. And then we have the 5 of Swords, which is usually indicative of mind games. You know what I'm saying? Or winning at all costs. Like, not really caring about the other people, or just doing things impulsively without considering or even caring about other people and what they may be going through. So this is what I say is like 5s are conflicts. That's what I'm saying. You're walking away from the damn mind games here. I feel like someone was really messing with your head in the realm of like almost making you think that there was a chance there's 2 paths here, and that you were waiting, and then you thought, well, hey, this person's going to come back, and they didn't. They may have been in a situation that they couldn't get out of. They were. I feel what I'm sensing here is that you wanted something with another, and we're talking about love here, you know, obviously. I don't know why I went directly to love. A lot of tarot cards suggest love, but really here in this whole reading, it's not really about love. I mean, it can be, but what I see is not currently it's about love, but in the past there had been some type of, like I said, an emotional situation that may have put you in a dark place for a while. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, when is this going to end? What is this? And then you're going through your own mind, and you might have been, you know, trying to play word games, mincing words. Yeah. So I feel that you may have lacked this person. I mean, you know, energetically, or you know, on cell phone, social media, whatever, because the King of Swords, I'm not playing anymore, okay? You had your little fun with your little mind games. See, I don't want to hear what you have to say, okay? I'm on my own way today. I have no time to play, okay? No, sorry. I mean, but anyways, that's the kind of message I'm getting for you, Leo, at this time. And today is August 23rd, and I just feel this kind of energy going on until the end of September, but it's been going on for quite some months, obviously. In my mind, I think, for at least a year. Something's been going on. Something's been stretched out. Like, there was no closure, and so you kept the door open, so to speak, for this person in a way. But then you closed that door, man. You just said, I'm done. I mean, I've waited long enough for this individual. And to be honest, I think you may not even like the person anymore that that you know you wanted so bad at one point because they may come off as somebody who kind of thinks they know it all, someone who thinks that they have all the answers, and or there's something about their words that just brings conflict to you, and you just don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, so you're cutting it off. Bye. I'm the king. Get out of my damn castle. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so sorry, I don't know. This was an impromptu reading. I didn't plan on doing it at all. But I thought, hey, I wanted to try out my new deck and things of that nature. So, yeah, I hope you guys have the rest of a good month, day, year, life, whatever. Okay. I'm a little awkward. Thank you for being with me today, and, yeah, see you later.